we're talking about the dangers of, wait for it, what is the greatest danger that is threatening America?
Empathy almost needs to be struck from the Christian vocabulary.
It does.
Empathy is what's bringing down America. How dare you? This is crazy. This guy's name's Josh McPherson. If you've never seen him, congratulations. You probably just don't have Twitter. But he is a Christian nationalist pastor. He's been at basically every Christian event as a special invitation from Trump. He's always around, and here's what he had to say that may just like knock your socks off. I think he's talking about the dangers of something very serious in this country. Now, you might think if somebody's talking about the dangers of something serious, maybe they're talking about fentanyl. Maybe they're talking about guns. Maybe they're talking about walking around naked in the winter. No, we're talking about the dangers of, wait for it, what is the greatest danger that is threatening America?
Empathy almost needs to be struck from the Christian vocabulary.
It does.
Empathy is what's bringing down America. How dare you? How dare you have empathy, you dirty little fucking Christians?
Empathy is dangerous. Empathy is toxic. Empathy will align you with hell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sympathy, compassion,
There you go.
yes. Empathy, deadly and dangerous. And this will be controversial. Women are especially vulnerable to this.
Absolutely.
That is a little controversial. It is a little controversial to say that having empathy will drag you down to hell, and then also saying, and you know what? It's women. It's mostly women that have a problem with this. Not us men. We don't have problems with empathy. We have no problems with that. We're going to be in heaven with everybody else who doesn't have empathy.
Absolutely.
In our churches, women will have empathy for the sinner. They'll have empathy for the rebel. They'll have empathy for the toxic sick person who's gossiping and slandering and being bullied by the spiritual authority of the church. And in their empathy, they'll
say being bullied by the spiritual authority of the church. They'll have empathy for somebody who's being bullied by the spiritual authority of the church. All right. I also have empathy for that. I just want to put that on the record. I also have empathy for people who are being spiritually bullied by the authority of the church. I'm anti-bullying, except for this guy. We can bully the shit out of this guy. I put on my greenish shirt so people know I'm tough. My hat's camo. You can't even see what's under there.
align with those who are misaligned with God. One of the patterns that we've seen in 25 years of church ministry, the most divisive households are those households where there is a loud, aggressive, Jezebel spirit wife paired with a weak, passive Ahab beta male.
That's I kind of agree. I don't agree with the Jezebel part. I don't think every woman who speaks up is a Jezebel. In fact, I don't. I think most women probably wouldn't qualify as Jezebels. I do agree, though. One of the problems that churches have is women speaking. That is a big problem for churches, and women going, "Hold up, wait a minute. Can we talk about like equality for a second? Would you mind if we had a few rights in this church too?" That is a big problem for churches. I agree with him there. If you want churches to succeed, like old churches, these version of churches, you're gonna need women to shut up. That's gonna be really important. And for all the women out there who are thinking to themselves, "I'm not gonna shut up," I would say to you, enjoy hell, okay? Because you and your goddamn empathy and your loud mouth and your Jezebel spirit taking you right to hell. Where these alpha males, sounds like it's going to be mostly alpha males, rock hard alpha males in prison, or in prisons. Yeah, it feels like prison in heaven. Just a bunch of rock hard alpha males without any of those chatty Cathys to fuck everything up. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if they're gonna like heaven. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they like get rid of some of the rules. Maybe they get rid of some of their ideologies on men laying with men, because if they don't, there's not going to be a lot of people for the men to lay with. It's going to be a real sausage fest up there in heaven.
Not ungodly for a man to speak into who his wife is friends with.
Yes. Absolutely.
What would you rather do, burn in eternity or kiss this guy on the mouth? You know that mustache smells horrendous. It just smells like Like Copenhagen and halitosis. That mustache right there.
Who she can hang out with,
who she's following,
who she listens to.
Yeah,
because a husband and wife have to be united. Yeah. Now, I'm not chasing Sharon around, policing her friends, because my wife is godly and she wants nothing to do with the ungodly.
Yeah,
right.
But I'm telling you, women can be vulnerable to friendships and history.
Friendships and history? No, men, do not let your women have friends, and don't teach them history. We can't have any of that, please. Men, do your job. Alpha males. No women having friendships or learning history.
And whatever, and it's a husband's job to go, babe, let's stay on the same page here. We don't participate in, spread, have ears for gossip or slander, and that person regularly does that.
So you tell her, babe, we got to be on the same page here. Remember, here's our rules, so you got to listen to me. This guy's not unpopular. That's the crazy thing about this. He's obviously relatively popular in MAGAville, and he's respected enough that Trump invites him to all their like Christian events. But he is not unpopular across the internet. He probably is more. I'm certain that he gets more impressions than I do.